We're preparing. Now we're preparing.
I don't hear nothing. See, nobody cares about what I hear.
You don't? Still nothing?
I don't hear
nothing
for myself.
Look, man.
Zay. Wait. I think maybe.
Can you hear yourself?
I think I just unplugged it.
You probably did.
That was the problem. Anyway, hi, good morning.
Hi, Hans. Hi, Hans.
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Because it's Tuesday, but it feels like Monday.
But it feels like a Monday. Yeah. And you know, those 4-day weekends really be getting a girl.
They be getting a girl.
They be getting a girl, man. But I tell you what I love.
What do you love?
I love working on a holiday.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Why is
feel it inside.
What do you mean inside?
I feel like this is a step to me getting my breakthrough. Like I'm going the extra mile.
Okay.
Like I'm doing what nobody else is doing. Right now, everybody barbecuing and playing and doing it, but you're focused. You know what you want. Eyes on the prize, right? That's how my internalness is. Normally, I'm catching up on stuff, though.
All the stuff that I couldn't do in normal time. We get an extra day when you guys are sleeping and we're working.
And I'll be like, yes, I have a day to catch up.
Right.
Whether it's catching up or getting ahead, either one or the other. But I love to work on a good day off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when everybody else is off.
Absolutely. It is a rainy Tuesday. It's been a rainy
couple days. Weekend.
No, really? Well, it rained yesterday. So I'm saying it's been a rainy 16 hours.
Okay. Well, it started off on one side of town, like all day, like in the north side, and then like the east side, it just looked like it was gonna rain all day. Mm-hmm. Like it just looked like it. You'd be like, it's gonna rain any minute now.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is this a skill that all Texans have?
Has everybody said that's been around you?
No. So this is what I mean. Yes, but no. So this is what happened to me. So I want to know if this is a skill that all of you guys possess, right? So we're at my wife's dad owns a ranch in Cibolo, right?
Yes.
So we go to Cibolo, and my son, who was brought up on that ranch, comes out, like we're out there, and before we go inside, he goes, "You smell that?
Smells like rain."
What? Can all you people do that?
Absolutely.
I was like,
not smell the rain coming?
My mind doesn't work that way.
Oh, Zay.
I was like,
you just don't know what rain smells like.
Smell what? And I said, smell what? And he said, I said, what? It smells like, doesn't smell very different than it did by our house, like 10 minutes away. What's the problem? He was like, no problem, but it's not that. It's rain.
Rain.
I'm like, rain?
Yeah, you can smell the dew in the air. You can smell it. Like you can smell the rain coming, the mist. And everything, you can smell it.
I don't have those kind of skills.
And then, of course, the people. I feel like it might be a Texas thing. I thought everybody could smell the rain coming. I guess it is.
Not in the subway, you can't.
You're right. The buildings and the subways kept you from smelling the rain coming.
Maybe, I don't know.
And we have all this air and land. You know what I'm saying? And open air, so we smell the difference in
atmosphere.
In the atmosphere. You don't have that in New York.
I don't have those kind of skills.
Building. I smell brick.
What's that?
Fresh laid brick.
I smell honey roasted peanuts from the guy down the block. I smell hot dogs.
Because there's a lot of cooking on the corner.
Doña Conchita making food for the afternoon. I smell.
You got to be in the food court to smell all them food at the same time. Nah, but we got to be like at a buffet. Yeah, no. we got land, so we smell. You can smell the air. Difference. But then you also have the folks that have broken something. Apparently, they become weather people.
People that have broken something.
What do you mean? A limb or a foot or an arm or a knee or a sprung, just something like that. Apparently, that turns you into a weather satellite. Apparently, because I got at least 6 people on my timeline. My left knee's hurting. Rain's coming.
Oh my goodness!
And I tell you, it'd be 6-7 hours. Once it hits you, told you.
I don't. Okay, so if you know me, then you know that I recently broken a bone, and I didn't feel anything.
So you didn't feel but you don't even know. You don't even know how to smell rain. How are you gonna feel rain?
Well,
if you don't know how to smell it?
I would know if my arm hurts.
But it starts hurting a certain way, I believe. I don't know.
I didn't feel anything.
I think it starts hurting like raindrops.
I know, right?
Rains are coming.
I think it's gonna rain. I don't see it now, but you just wait.
Apparently, that turns you into a satellite person.
All right.
So last night I could not sleep.
Why? Because of the rain?
I could not sleep. No, and just I couldn't sleep. I don't know what was going on, but I turned into. Well, my comedian self came out. My comedian self always comes out at night when I'm laying down. Yes. And I think I've really gotten my routine going. So some of the jokes have stuck, and I'm like, okay, these are going to be jokes.
These are going to be the ones.
And then, I got another one in there, and I was like, okay, I'm going to write this down. Okay. So, I'm getting my little routine going. And then, for some reason, I became a poet and didn't even know it last night. I is ready for second verse.
So you are working on your comedy routine for the next comedy show that comes to town.
And I turned into a spoken word poet.
And you went spoken word.
And I had to literally get up out of my sleep because it was in me, and I was like, okay, I got to write this down. I got to write this down.
So you're not going to share it today.
I'm going to give you one line. I'm going to give you one line.
All right, one line.
But when your passion becomes more like a chore, knocking on your front door like a whore, give me more, give me more. That's all you get. That's all you get. I like that line. I was like, where'd that come from?
Oh my gosh. Wow. You were feeling some kind of way this weekend.
Knocking at your door like a whore. Give me more. Give me more. Give. That's all I seem to do, waiting for this breakthrough to come through.
I don't know if I like that term. I don't know if I like
horror. You don't know if you like horror?
I don't know if I like horror. I don't think so.
Which one would you rather?
Well, because
what would you rather? Whore, slut, skank?
See, all those derogatories. See, because, I mean, they're basically invented. When a woman does, it becomes sexually promiscuous, and sleeps with a bunch of guys, they call her a whore. When I do it, they call me gay, and I don't understand any of those. I don't understand any of those.
Put that in my
talks.
When I do it.
It's always about names, people. Let's stop calling people names, is all I'm saying.
That was funny. All right, so stay tuned. Maybe tomorrow night I'll get some more.
Maybe another line.
More. No, I got the whole poem down. I have to change a few things. That's the only line I'm going to give you, though.
Okay, fine.
It's my favorite.
You're gonna fine tune it. You're gonna fine tune it and then move on to another.
I'm feeling like my poetry is really going to be about the acting, both my poetry and my comedy, actually, on the stage, right?
Okay.
Just think about the Nika show coming to you. I'm gonna host it, be the comedian,
a one-woman show.
It's gonna be awesome, yeah.
A one-woman
and so, show. So I think it's gonna be all about the movements and I'm gonna be very animated in my poetry and in my comedy.
Okay. I like it.
So
I allow it.
Because I don't have, they'll big words like Glow Dizzle and the Hizzle. She'd be taking big words out of the thesaurus and stuff.
When the dichotomy of the right
makes you feel this way. Let me look that up real quick.
She is Michael Eric Dyson with hers.
Gotta get a few definitions first, like reading the Bible around here. I don't know which version. I don't know how to feel. So.
Oh my God.
So yeah, my words are gonna be really elementary, my dear, but I'm gonna really put some stuff in.
I love it. No, that's good. Yeah. I can't wait, and I will be there to support you, front row, snapping it up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It is a little bit dreary outside, but I love the rain. So to me, it is a beautiful day outside.
Well, we woke up, boo.
We woke up.
We got to see each other.
Pardon the left.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Today's high is going to still be hot, though, but not as hot as it has been, right? 91. So I think triple digits in the rearview mirror now.
Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
I don't
September.
know. Hey, don't get past yourself.
I said I think. I don't know nothing.
Don't get past yourself, man. Just
but
because
looking out for the next 10 days, and I'm seeing 91, 92. I mean, still in the 90s. I don't see 89s yet. I think by the time we see 80-somethings, then maybe we can keep it in the rearview mirror. Either way, the high today is going to be 91 degrees.
Y'all members, y'all know.
91 degrees with under AM thunderstorms all morning with a low tonight of 75 and a 60% chance of precipitation. So it might be raining off and on all day, like
it is now. Yeah, it definitely was last night.
Right now. And then
I thought that for 1 minute, Kenny got up. She was like, "Bullet, what?" I said, "Baby, that's the rain. He ain't peeing." He was like, "Okay, you heard it too." I was like, I thought it was for a second. I was like, "Is that fool peeing in the goddamn house?" No, that's rain. Okay, he be peeing.
Bullet, for you that don't know, is the dog.
Yeah, he's the dog. He be peeing.
It's not Uncle Bullet that came from Oklahoma City. It's
sleeping in the guest room.
It's the puppy. It's the puppy. So other than that, and today being September 4th.
Sure.
September 4th, I think.
Sure.
Right. Today we are celebrating quite a few things actually nationally. We are celebrating National Wildlife Day. So if you like wildlife, today is a good day for you.
So let me tell you, I'm not gonna shed any tears.
Why? What happened?
I will shed no tears.
I will show you Wildlife Day.
But
that is not Wildlife Day. Sorry, guys. There's Wildlife Day.
My daddy was a wildlife guy.
Oh, he was?
He was
Was he one of those
master naturalist.
Was he one of those that would watch Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom?
I'm trying to tell you, remember, I told you, he told me, if you want to understand men, Nika, watch the Nature Channel. Watch them lines. You'll figure them out. That's what he told me.
And did it work?
I understood a little bit better. And he was dead serious. He was like, "You think I'm kidding?"
Girl, watch some more.
But he was that. So we started a program here on the East Side back in the day when I was fully Garden Ridged. I learned a lot during that program, right? That we all didn't grow up the same,
right?
So we were over there with the little East Side kids and stuff, and gathering up after school. And so my dad was he was a master naturalist. He was a wildlife dude. Karate, tennis, meditation, stuff like that, right? So he didn't want to do basketball, nothing like that.
Okay.
So he took all the little East Side kids, and he used to take them birding, right? Birding.
So
the day
bird watching.
Bird watching.
Okay.
The day you see 12 little black and Hispanic kids with binoculars talking about over there is the best day in the land, man. Like, I was like, "Daddy, these kids don't want to go birding." He said, "They don't now, but they will."
They will.
I make stuff fun, like
what?
Literally. So he took them birding, and they loved it so much. They did it all the time. They competed in competitions, and 3 years in a row came in first place in the national birding competition.
And it's called birding?
Birding. That's the sport.
That's
birding.
the sport.
Yes.
Sport.
And you have to be a very honest person and truthful, because you get the birds that you have to spot. You go around in the different area, which is their locations in which they give you.
Right.
When you spot them, and you don't even have to take a picture, because it's all about the binoculars and stuff.
Okay.
So you spot the bird, you identify it, describe it, and say that you saw it. And then go on and try to find all the birds on the list. And whoever can find the most birds wins. And they won 3 years in a row. Wow. A national competition, too.
Look at that.
Yep. And my little East Side kids walking around with their little donated binoculars, because you know how we got to do things around here.
However it works.
My dad was like, "I need 22 binoculars." Now, the white people, because he had to go to the white. It was
I need 22 binoculars.
"What's that for?" And he was like,
"Who's going to the opera?"
Look, for kids that have never used binoculars before. They gave us binoculars so quick, because people who love nature and love their craft, they want other people to love it too, especially kids. So we got all kind of donations from the natural wildlife, people and different outdoor folks, because we were taking those kids to learn something different. That's a
great story.
Yep.
I love that.
So that reminds me of my daddy.
There you go. Well, today is National Wildlife Day, so get your binoculars and your umbrella. Go outside.
You're not going to see no birds.
No birds. However, you'll see some animals on the roads.
I'm just telling you now, you're not going to see.
You will certainly see some animals on the road. Sorry. Oh, Heidi Thrower is watching. Big shout to you, Heidi.
Hello, Heidi, darling.
My comadre, if you will. Yeah, big shout to her. Okay, it is also National Another Look Unlimited Day.
Huh?
Yes, let's look that one up, shall we?
What's Another Look Unlimited Day?
National Another Look Unlimited Day is observed annually on the day after Labor Day. So the question is, are you feeling green? Have you collected more things around your house and need another spring cleaning? Well, National Another Look Unlimited Day would be a perfect day. Spring cleaning meets fall cleaning. It is. So it's a day dedicated to taking a look around your house and ridding it of all the excess things that you've accumulated. So that's pretty cool. You didn't pay attention to none of that. Anyway, Another Look Unlimited Day. So
I was waiting to take another look.
Spring, what's now? Summer, between summer and fall cleaning. You could call it that.
Nice.
So look around the house, see if you got excess stuff. Anybody that's in my family listening, I know I have some excess things.
Don't worry about them.
I'm gonna handle that. Don't worry about it.
Don't throw them away. Don't move them. He knows where they are.
Exactly.
Everything is perfectly clean, put up where it needs to be.
Exactly. That sock is supposed to be on the floor. That's where it lives. It is also National Newspaper Carrier Day. So all the paper boys and paper girls out there that deliver your paper in the morning, it is their day. Nice. Show them some love and say thank you at least.
We should have probably told them that way earlier, though, because them fools is gone.
Today is that. Celebrate tomorrow. Right. It's the San Antonio way.
Leave $1 for the newspaper boy.
Exactly. Or girl. And it is also, because we always got to throw food in it, it is National Macadamia Nut Day.
No, I don't like them.
Nika's not into it.
No.
Nobody cares,
macadamia
though,
nut cookies.
You guys like a macadamia nut?
Mm-hmm.
Have a macadamia nut and enjoy your
day. Do you
eat
macadamia nuts by themselves, though, or do you just have them in a cookie? I've had them in a cookie. They're all right. They're fine if you don't have to have nuts in your food. But do you just eat macadamia nuts plain?
Why not?
I don't know. Are they in the assorted nut group?
Probably, but I mean, you eat a pecan plain.
Well, yes, but the pecan is made to be eaten plain. Like a pecan is made to you didn't have them on your desk when you was growing up, and your mom have them in a thing, and then you have a pecan thing that just sits right there, and guests could just come and open up the pecan.
No,
that didn't do that in New York.
No.
That's a Texas thing.
Regionally, I mean, pecans grow here and
all the time.
Like very prevalent.
Like literally, you just go outside and put them in a drawer and
if
candy.
If I told you, macadamia nuts are, I think they're popular everywhere. I remember. Anyway, before I get to that, so if I told you macadamia nuts in New York City, one of those cans, like a can of, pecans, one of those cans of pecans, because my wife loves them, they would end up having to be a treat for her. Because if I told you that a small can of pecans was like $9.
Shut your mouth. That's like cashews here.
Yeah.
Yeah, pecans. Yeah, man, they can't charge no $9 for pecans in
Texas. Right, because you find them outside on the floor. Just dust them off and eat them. And the pecan.
I mean, people become your best friend during that time. And they come to your neighbor and be like, just go get some pecans from your neighbors, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, snacks.
No. So I remember when I was a kid seeing commercials for macadamia nuts because they're Hawaiian. And so what they did was they would put Magnum PI, that guy from Magnum PI, the older gentleman, and he was like and he would be like, oh, and macadamia nuts at a party.
He was like the Grey Poupon dude.
He was like the Grey Poupon dude with macadamia nuts.
Nice.
So anyway, today is also National Macadamia Nut Day.
Nice.
There they are. If you don't remember how they look, that is a macadamia nut in the wild.
I've never seen a whole macadamia nut
in the wild in a spoon. That is not the wild. Okay. And so if you want to celebrate, all you got to do is all that stuff that we just talked about and enjoy your day, man. That's really all that matters.
Look, let's talk about the weekend and the things that happened over the weekend, like that really, really, really affected me.
Okay.
I cried. I cried. Okay. Yeah.
Weekend.
Like I cried like that.
Why?
And I was sad, and I had some other sadness afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just I don't understand why Power has to be so emotional.
Power? Okay.
Why Power's got to be so man, let me tell you something, man.
Tell me all about it, Nika.
Tommy had to kill his daddy. Tommy found out that his daddy was a rat. So then he had to take his daddy to go see his wife right before she died, and she's in hospice, or she's about to die, and so like he knew he was gonna die. Like, to be someone that knows you're gonna die because this person's gonna kill you, then he had to kill his daddy. And then they set up Angela with the whole thing, and like now it's like Angela knows everything and she's getting charged. Will she tell? Will they kill her? I just feel so that way.
Find out next week on Power.
I'm like, wow.
Wow, indeed.
I was very emotional though. I feel like that I did shed real tears. They were probably because of like personal crap, and but like I was sad for Tommy that he had to kill his daddy, and then he went to his mom, and then he like gave his mommy a hug in the bed, and like he shed like 2 tears. And gangsters that kill people that shed 2 tears, you know they sad, cause they gangsters, so they gotta be sad.
Gotta be sad.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I support you.
Hopefully. My emotions will not
don't
be
agree,
as...
but I support you.
Hopefully my emotions will not be as topsy-turvy next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah. That was the most emotional thing.
Is Power nearing like a season finale?
The last one is next week.
Is next week.
Yeah.
So this is like a ramp up to explosion.
What's happening?
Something's happening.
And apparently the show's not over, so there's got to be something.
Somebody
like
gonna survive.
Right. And then Empire comes back. So you know.
It just be doing like this.
I mean, I'm just all emotional behind these shows. I don't know. I was so saddened. But other than that, you know, there's other things that happened over the weekend. One being Aretha Franklin's funeral.
Oh my gosh, we buried 2 people this weekend.
And
Aretha Franklin and John McCain.
Yes.
Both were laid to rest this weekend. Aretha Franklin. You know what? Aretha Franklin's. There's not going to be any event like on this scale, on these scales, without there being some sort of controversy that also comes out of them. Right. Every time. But
yeah, the pastor and Ariana, what's her name? Ariana
Grande.
Okay, well, first, before we get to that scandal, can we just
there was 2
discuss...
actually that came out of that.
Oh, really?
This, plus this morning, last night or something, family spoke out against one of the pastors that did the eulogy. Did the eulogy?
One
of the pastors that did the eulogy. Yeah, he spoke for. Well, go ahead, do your thing, and then we'll.
Okay. Well, that's part of the problem. He spoke for how long? So the funeral was what, 7.5 hours long?
The funeral was
9
like
to
a full
5:30.
work day. It was 8. It was like 8 hours.
Yeah, it was literally 9:30. It was behind the behind schedule or whatever happened. You know, as black folks how we do. But 9:30 was the start time. 5:30 is when they ended. So that alone, right? And how a lot of people saying how, you know, this is a queen, this is what a queen deserves, and all this kind of stuff and all that. So the only place that I'm looking at it from is from like a kid's point of view, because I done lost both of my parents, right? So all I could think about was sitting in front of my mama coffin for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Right? 8.5, longer than what needs to actually be.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, I get it that Aretha was someone of, you know, for the world. Like, the world loved her.
Right.
So the world has to say goodbye too.
Yeah.
But at what point is it disrespectful to the kids who, or the relatives, or the people who are close that actually lost their freaking loved one, their parent, their whoever? I could not sit through that charade.
But you think it was disrespectful to have it be that long?
Not that it's disrespectful. That's too hard. I couldn't last an hour in my parents' funeral.
Yeah, I see what
you mean. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, I don't know if she had anybody that was that supposedly that close, right? But again, if it was somebody that close to me, there is no way that I could sit there for 8 hours looking at my dad, my aunts, my mom's casket.
Yeah.
While you guys
right.
parade around here and sing and dance and do all your favorites,
right.
your Aretha favorites or whatever, you know, like, but that's how I see it, because again, I've lost both of my parents. My mom died the same year as 9/11. So, you know, wasn't nobody worried about when my mama died. You know what I mean? Like, literally, not the same year, but the day before. let me rephrase that. Like, yeah.
She died on the 10th?
Like, literally.
And then by the 11th?
Yeah. So, like, I'm mourning my mama. You know, everybody else with this and this and the country. Screw the country at this time, right? Because I lost my mother. This is the closest thing to me. I don't care about the country and what it's going through. I don't care about the world and how much you loved her and how much you want to hear every song she ever wrote right now. Right. It just, that's how I see it. Like, how, wow, like, wow. There seems like there could be two. Right? Here is a funeral so you can lay your loved one to rest. And then a spectacle for everyone else to see and do the same.
There you go.
That's that.
I think they had the right idea with the ceremony that was done, the private ceremony at the church.
Right.
Then yeah, when they took it to the,
because I wouldn't have gone to the second place. See, that would have been me. The first place would have been me. The second place, y'all can have it. Yeah. You know, call me when we go into the burial site. Right. Because 8.5 hours of that, 9 hours of that, that's just ridiculous. I've had pastors that were upset by it, that felt like this is why people think of the churches the way they do. They felt like it was a show. You know, I the whole time was trying to figure out why the hell Judge Mathis was up there. What did Judge Mathis do with Aretha? Aretha 92, Judge Mathis, what they do? I don't know. And then somebody said, well, he from Detroit. That cannot be a prerequisite to being on her funeral thing.
You could get a close-up seat,
you could get a front row seat just because you from Detroit and you famous and she famous. That means nothing. He should not have been. Why was he sitting up there?
See, that's the thing, though, right? We don't know how many lives Aretha actually touched.
I'm sure a ton.
And how many friends, you know, that were close that she actually had.
Yeah, I feel you.
I
feel you.
Lifelong.
I feel you.
People from, you know, her youth, her middle age, and her elderly status. We don't know who it was or what. She could have very well been close with all those people. We don't know. I know that the one pastor who is I gotta find his name, but the one pastor who everyone is up in arms for over, or the family is up in arms over, Jasper Williams Jr. He was actually, if I'm not mistaken, the same pastor who eulogized her dad and who eulogized somebody else.
Now, what did he do?
Well, they just didn't like. They didn't love his speech. They felt, or his eulogy. Not only did they feel that it was a bit abrasive when it came to his talking about the issues, because it was straight up, it was more of a political speech than anything else.
So, like, again, are we saying goodbye to a queen, or are we using a queen's platform to get your messages out?
Right. And so that was not the question. The family put out a statement that basically read that they feel, you know what? Let me just read it in their own words. Where is it? There's oh my gosh, we feel
I see it right there.
Well, I'm like in the weeds. Okay, so we feel that Reverend Jasper Williams Jr. used this platform to push his negative agenda, which as a family we do not agree with. Basically, during the eulogy, Williams drew outcry for his views on single-parent households run by black mothers, and also the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying, man.
He's described raising children in a fatherless home as abortion after birth. 70% of our households are led by precious, proud, fine black women, he said. But as proud, beautiful, and fine as our black women are, one thing a black woman cannot do: a black woman cannot raise a black boy to be a man. She can't do that. Only thing was that Aretha Franklin was a single mom of 4 boys. So might not have been
wrong statement to make.
Wrong statement.
It might have been true all day long, but maybe the wrong statement to make then.
I also don't, you know, I don't know, as a boy raised by a single.
But your single mom had men around you, didn't she?
Cousins.
Yeah,
my cousins,
uncles or something.
Doesn't even matter. Point of the matter was that when the heavy lifting it was time to do the heavy lifting,
Mom was there.
She was the one, right? When it was time to rear a good man, she's the one. When it was time to look at, this kid at a crossroads, is he going to be a good person or is he going to be a bad person? I'm gonna fix this.
Taking just the whole man thing out of it, just being a good person.
A good person.
General.
But she also raised me to be a good man, because I personally think that one of the tenets of being a good man is knowing how to treat people in general, but also knowing how not to be like that guy that left. Right? So that helps a lot. I remember when I really first got serious with my now wife, she pulled me to the side, and she was like, "You really like her, huh?" She saw already that this was going to end she saw that this was where this was headed, and she was like, "Okay, well, the only I say, God bless you. Do what you like, follow your heart, but the only advice that I will give you with a do not is do not mess around. If you're going to love her, if you're going to promise yourself, you do that. Yeah. Period. Yeah. If you're not, don't mess around. Don't mess with her. Don't mess with yourself. Don't think you're fooling anybody. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving, yeah.
And I was like, okay. And, once I realized that was those were the requisites of having a relationship like this. And I was like, okay, I dealt with it. I moved on. I knew what kind of decision I was making. Right. So very few of us have somebody that's going to lay it out like that. Like, this is what you have to do if you want to do this. Look at all this stuff. You ready?
Yeah, my daddy did that. He definitely laid it. That's exactly how he did. He would lay it out.
Lay it out.
And help guide you through it. Well, so that's what he did.
That was one.
And I think that, and I don't know if he might have been, because he did the eulogy, so they looked at him, but I didn't watch the whole 8.5 hour service, but I'm sure somebody else used the platform as well.
Oh, I'm sure
to do the same.
Lots of people.
Now, what the whole Ariana Grande thing and the pastor that had his arm in the wrong place.
Right. He didn't just have his arm in the wrong place. I'm going to show you the footage so that you could see.
Okay, let me see the footage before I even.
So I'll show everybody
I've seen some angry Christians out there defending and saying, "Come on now, y'all know better. This is what happens when just different things." So
all right, so the Ariana Grande footage.
I see the arm.
You see the arm now, a little too high, fingers a little too dug in, and then let me just. I'm gonna try to make it.
Dude in the back.
Make it big. Let me back it up here. So there you go. And he's not just holding her. He's kind of in there, right? And he apologized later that day, like when he was caught out there. Like, my man, what are you doing? And okay, no, don't go. Yeah. So later in the afternoon,
that hand didn't move.
But it wasn't even just the not moving. I think the part that was really cringeworthy was
it's right by
the squeezing.
It's right by the boobie.
Not just by it. He's halfway up it. He's on it. And he's squeezing. Right? So I think that's the cringeworthy kind of thing, right? So coming back from that. Anyway.
And then when she moved, he just kind of moved with it. I mean, he grabbed the boob a little bit. Yeah. He did grab the boob. Right. Like, even when she moved, because when she laughed and went towards him, the arm stays there. See, look. The arm's right there.
Hold on.
Arm's right there. When
everybody to see.
Yeah, when she goes into him and starts laughing, look where the arm go. Look at that. It's all squeezes in. Like you said, don't go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere.
Stay right here.
And you have behaviorists. You have behaviorists and other people that have taken a look at it to see if he was really doing that or if people are just
and what
kind
did
of.
He feel?
Well, people were like, honestly, it's somebody who is used to a power dynamic, right? Mm-hmm. And these are people were basically exclaiming or talking about how this is how people exert power over you, right? And somebody who is used to a certain power dynamic, right? She may not be the only person that he does this to. being imposing, being, you know, big and large and pulling you and controlling you. Right? Maybe not controlling your thoughts or your words, but controlling your body is a way of controlling you. And so I don't know, some people
here's the
like
thing,
that,
because I get being on stage, I get speaking, I get being caught in the moment, I get there just being all kinds of stuff going on, right? But usually, if there is something that is even like so at some point, in my mind, you should have caught the fact that your hand's too high.
Yeah.
And lowered it.
Yeah.
At some point.
But it's not what you're trying to do.
But and that's what I don't know, right? I don't want. I don't want to judge the situation.
I do want to read his apology.
Okay, so in my mind, it's like, you know, again, you're doing this, you're talking, you know, I'm not even paying attention. But I feel like that squeeze, man, like you knew you was too high. Like, why you just didn't go right here? It'd have been so much better if he was right here with it.
Right.
Right here with it. It's hard for me to. It's hard. I gotta shut up.
Yeah. It is hard.
It's hard.
So the preacher apologized.
You felt a bra strap or a ring or
nipple.
A nipple or something. You was too high, man.
He didn't feel a nipple probably. But he did apologize in an interview with the Associated Press at the ceremony. Right at the ceremony when she was interred.
What hour? Hour 7? Hour 6?
No. When she was interred. Where she was interred.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's
the
right.
source word again. I had to remember what it meant.
He said it would never. He said it would never be my intention to touch any woman's breast. I don't know. I guess I put my arm around her. Maybe I crossed the border. Maybe I was too friendly or familiar. But again, I apologize. He said he hugged all the performers during Friday's 8-hour service. I hug all the female artists and the male artists, Ellis said. Everybody that was up, I shook their hands and I hugged them. That's what we are all about in the church. We are all about love. And he added, the last thing I want to do is be distracting to this day. This is all about Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, and so that's why I feel like it's not, I don't feel like anything was intentionally done, right? I don't want to believe that let me just change that. I don't want to believe that anything like that was intentionally done. I feel like she's short. He you know what I'm saying? He held on to a spot and he just stayed there. He should have lowered, didn't realize it, but he was too much in the moment or something. I don't know. But when you lost your grip, don't double down on your grip. No, man.
Right?
It's just I don't know.
It's just nothing.
Hard, man.
All right, so he also released a statement. He also released a statement saying, "I personally and sincerely apologize to Ariana and to her fans and to the whole Hispanic community."
We went Hispanic on it, did we?
Well, she's a Latina.
I mean, I know, but did he grab her because she was Hispanic?
No, I don't think so. I think he grabbed her because she had.
Did he apologize to the whole 5'4" community too?
I don't know.
Everybody that's 5'4" out there.
When you're doing a program for 9 hours, you try to keep it lively. You try to insert some jokes here and there. So basically, you know. So he apologized.
I mean, and you know how hot churches get in 2-hour service.
Okay,
Can you
but
imagine?
The other thing is to take a look at that.
I mean, I'm telling you.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
Right, her
she
face.
knows something.
The thing about it is,
now?
he's got the closeness. He's got the closeness bug, right?
The power.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
I don't know this man. I don't know his situation.
He's definitely got the closeness bug, and people that got the closeness bug, you be like, you too close, man. Like she be doing, like she's doing right now. Like, why you gotta talk all up in me? You got a microphone. I can hear you.
I wish I could make this a little bit bigger so you guys could see.
I can hear you, boo. I'm standing right next to you.
I don't know if you guys can see
I'm so mad.
Basically, just look at her face.
Yeah, it looks like I'm very uncomfortable.
Hand.
It's right on the boob.
I mean, I'm sure.
It's side boobage, man.
Yeah, man.
There's nothing you can do about that. It's side boobage.
Anyway.
He's got it in his grips.
Glow has just Glow says he apologized to Hispanics for saying that he thought her name was something you ordered at Taco Bell.
It is. Wasn't that a joke someone else said though?
I don't know.
We had this joke. We've had this time before because I was like Ariana Grande, Nacho Grande. Like we've had that joke. He stole that from somebody.
He stole that from you, probably. So anyway, so those are the two controversies that arose from Aretha Franklin's farewell. But we can also continue to look forward to. Clive Davis, I think it was, said that he wants to put together an Aretha Franklin tribute
concert. Was R.
concert.
Kelly up there?
Where?
At the funeral?
I didn't watch it.
This was
like that. But I don't believe that R. Kelly would have
Isley
spoken.
Hayes, the Hayes man, came up there and sang. And apparently they said Kelly was up next. And then I had to turn it. I turned it off because I couldn't take no more. I watched a good 6.5 minutes, and I was like, I can't.
Would you like me to Google it?
Did R. Kelly sing at the funeral?
So. I don't think so. I think that would
Who
have been.
Who did Isley Hayes bring up? Why do people celebrate people's death so much but won't celebrate their life? That's what I want to know. People go all out for an 8-hour funeral and stuff over people's after they die. But they won't celebrate when they living.
Well,
they won't.
I think I don't know.
They won't recognize. Let's put it like this. You know, if there's somebody who is struggling, right? Struggling, like they've tried, they work, they do what they do, they trying hard to make it better, but they can't. It's just not working, right? They asking for help with rent, or they asking for help with whatever the case may be. Don't nobody give a good gosh darn what you going through for years. Then you pass away. Then,
well, we've talked about that, right?
Right.
So what we've talked about before, and wow, it is raining
yes.
out there. What we've talked about before is basically how death outshines the pettiness of life, right? So the petty is what keeps you from celebrating,
from doing whatever,
but then the death is what transcends your attitude.
But it's like, don't you? And I guess people probably do at different levels in different situations. If you are part of a circumstance like that, But like, I was so mad at my aunt and my uncles, right? Because my dad, when he was alive, he was trying to turn his house into a bed and breakfast for the family. He was like, you know, every time y'all travel, you come through here.
I am married to somebody who would love to do that.
Okay. So I wish you would have been my daddy, honey. He'd have been like, decorate, do what you do.
What?
So he wanted to do that. You know, he wanted to invest a little bit of money. Now we were doing the stuff with the kiddos. With the kids, so we didn't have money like he used to have money when he was running the HNIC. Yeah, when he was that. So, you know, money was different, all that good stuff. So, basically in a struggle, you know, living a different type of life than anyone's used to seeing you or anything. Steady asking, you know, not even just asking, but, you know, asking, suggesting, let's do, you know, wouldn't this be great? You know, all this stuff. And because what you doing now isn't necessarily what everybody thinks you should be doing. No, we're not going to help you, kind of thing, you know?
Wow.
And then when you die, people want to turn it into a bed and breakfast. I was so angry.
Wow.
I was so angry. I was like, why? No.
Right.
Why? He wanted it there so he could celebrate all of our lives together in this home, create whatever, keep memories, create an opportunity for us to travel and still have places to live. But you didn't want that. That's all he wanted. And in my mind, I'm thinking, some bull crap. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
all I can think of is just the pettiness, right? So the pettiness stopped them from
doing whatever.
From, you know, extending the hand when he asked for it, and then.
To me, if you didn't think it was a good idea in his life, I'm gonna need you not to think it's a good idea in his passing.
Well, now they're thinking, okay, so it's a tribute. I feel bad. It's their tribute, right? So
meanwhile, back at the ranch, a tribute one can't enjoy. Let's celebrate people while they living.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Help them while they living.
It would certainly behoove us to get past.
While they living.
Certainly behoove us to get past all of the pettiness early.
Man, right? Oh man. And you're right. You're right. The whole thing of death is gonna trump any pettiness, any of that stuff, and then you feel guilty and feel bad, and and oh my goodness, right? So don't do that. Don't be that person. Don't be stuck in that situation. And if I feel like if you hear a call, God put you in ear strength for a reason, right? Because not everybody hears everybody's call for help.
Right.
So if you heard it, there was a reason why you heard it.
Right.
Do something.
Too big.
Like,
I can only think that it's the pettiness, and people really should just, as easier said than done, I'm sure. But if you are in a situation where you can let go of the pettiness, even if it's just,
especially if you can sit there and say,
big swallow.
Yeah, especially if you can sit there to say that if that person dies tomorrow, that you would feel some type of way. I'm gonna need you to let go of that pettiness.
Right.
Like, for real.
Right.
Because that's the ignorance of it.
And certainly prevalent in families, and oh my gosh, like,
oh my God, when my mama died, that was, oh my God. Like, if I saw someone mad, like fighting with their mom.
Oh yeah. You don't
I
know
wish
what
I
you
could
had.
fight with my mama again. You better
had.
go back and say you sorry.
Yeah.
I become that straightforward. I wish I could fight with my mama. I can't.
Yeah.
Last thing I said, shoot.
It's rough.
You better go back and give her a hug. Like, yeah. So, anywho.
Man, I gotta go home and give my mom a hug now. See?
Call everybody, say,
like,
make amends,
listen.
do what you do.
My gosh.
I'm just saying. Let me eat my trail nuts and shut up. I'm gonna be crying some more.
I'm trying to close all this stuff out.
So
There was so many stories.
McCain.
Huh? The McCain thing. Okay.
His mama. 108, 106?
106. Before we get off of the Ariana Grande thing, though.
What happened to Ariana?
So, Mike Coulter, which this is the last part of it, right? So another little bit of a controversy, but just so you guys know, Mike Coulter, who currently plays Luke Cage in the Netflix series Luke Cage, you can see his face right there. I'm sure we all.
I haven't quite hit
It's one of those
yet.
superhero ones.
Oh,
one of those superhero
yes,
shows.
I have seen the previews to that.
You know Luke. You know Luke. Anyway, he had to apologize because he made a little bit of a crass joke about the Ariana Grande and
situation.
Bishop such and such situation, right?
Right.
So basically, he posted, he tweeted, which I don't know if I want to. Anyway, he tweeted, now this is how you shoot your shot. 0 Fs, right? And then he showed the pastor or the bishop doing his thing. But, then he was like, maybe that's not the best thing for me to have said.
That might not get my contract re-signed.
So
Let me go back
he went ahead and apologized for, let me see. What was his statement? Hello all. I apologize about my tweet earlier. In no way to condone any such behavior. It was intended to point out the absurdity of the act itself. Complete and biting sarcasm. I realized quickly that it was not taken as such. So no.
Yeah, I mean I can see the sarcasm in that though.
Well,
I can see it.
Anyway, so he had to apologize for that, but that was it. That was we're just gonna keep it moving after that.
Ooh, all right. So meanwhile, back in the white people world, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
So the McCain ceremony was the next day.
Right.
Right. And it was interesting because the McCain ceremony just showed such a big dichotomy of politics, right? not necessarily.
This is different though. You had the Aretha funeral where people were using her platform to throw out some politics. And then you just had a whole room of politicians.
A whole room of politicians, right?
Where you knew it's just gonna come out.
Right. So anyway, the interesting thing about some of those speeches were, well, number one, it was not 8 hours long, right? It might have been 2, maybe.
Right.
Maybe an hour and a half. But there you had President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton were invited, and Bill Clinton spoke. Basically, 3 past presidents spoke. Okay. Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama. And Barack Obama, I think, had the longest speech. I think his speech was 19 minutes or something like that.
Goodness.
Well, goodness, yes. But according to all accounts, which I have not seen the speech yet, and I told my mom that I would watch the speech because she called me as soon as it finished. She was like, "You have got
to watch this speech."
Got the same thing she was doing with Aretha's thing. You have got to watch. And the only one she told me about, or she really urged me to watch, was Michael Eric Dyson's speech. It was amazing.
Wasn't amazing?
It was really good, incredibly inspiring, and a true eulogy. Right,
Nice.
a true eulogy. Yeah. So anyway, so 3 past presidents spoke. His daughter spoke as well, and they used it to kind of. John McCain, I'm told, really wanted to make a statement about unity at his funeral. Right, he wanted to make a statement about unity. That's why you have two Democratic presidents and a Republican president, and not 2 Republican presidents, right? Because somebody was not invited. However, it almost seemed like everyone around him was right, or everyone around him was there, because Jared and Ivanka went to
really his
the
wife
services.
And his son.
No.
I mean,
Ivanka,
his daughter.
His daughter and his son-in-law, they went. His chief of staff was there.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, no, there were certainly Trump administration people there. It's just
Trump got
President Trump was not. So he went golfing, as he always kind of does, right?
Right.
So he also made a statement that he thought that the whole McCain coverage was a bit too much, and it was taking shine away from some of the stuff he was doing. Well, some of the stuff he was doing, right? Anyway, so yeah, that people use the time and the platform to talk about John McCain's America, so to speak. And in John McCain's America, at least this is what his daughter was saying, in John McCain's America, it doesn't need to become great again. America has always been great. Right. Like throwing jabs like that without actually saying who it's about. Talking about building walls. We need to tear down walls. And those kind of things. And in Barack Obama's statements, he's talking about a brand of politics that acts tough, but is actually incredibly afraid, and is born of fear, and is born of those kind of things. So anyway, John McCain basically got, from all accounts, a presidential funeral. Even though he himself was not a president, these kinds of funerals or usually these kinds of ceremonies have been historically preserved for presidents. You know, and his whole thing was 5 days long, and they made various stops. You know, first in Arizona, where he was, and then took him to the Washington, and then they went to the Vietnam Memorial. Went to Naval Academy, they did a little, and he actually didn't want to be buried in Arlington National Cemetery. He chose to be buried in a lesser known cemetery that has naval heroes. Because his dad and his grandfather, I think, are both at Arlington, because his dad was an admiral and commander of whatever fleet, and but he chose to be buried next to his best friend.
Aww.
Right, and his best friend ended up being an admiral, and they both actually decided that they wanted to be buried in the naval graveyard. And yeah, so he and then their wives are going to be buried next to them, and it's just going to be all. So he decided to be buried next to his best friend that's from school.
I mean, let me tell you, those are some big funerals back to back in one weekend.
In 1 weekend.
That is like.
No wonder the world is crying.
Right. For all kinds of different.
All kinds.
OMG. Can I talk about the world crying real fast though? Can I talk about people and I don't get it. They mad at Kaepernick now. They cutting up the Nike stuff.
Okay.
The world is gone mad.
We got it. I want to ask the feed too.
They crying.
What do you guys think about this? Because what?
What?
Like, why?
What's going on?
Okay. So, in case you guys don't know, over the past weekend,
Yes.
Nike put out this a new campaign
Yes.
featuring a few different
It's a 30-year
sports
campaign,
stuff,
if
right?
I'm not
The
mistaken.
Just
right?
Do It, Just Do It anniversary campaign, right?
Right.
So Serena Williams is in it.
Yay.
And there's different athletes
That are out there just doing it.
just doing it,
Right.
And let me find
So
the
bum
ad
bum
because
bum.
I want to show it.
Yeah, they go and they put in.
What the heck? What is happening?
What is happening
What is that
right
noise?
now?
Is that the president?
Calling here.
Is that the president telling me no? Don't show it. What is happening?
That's what's happening.
What are you
right
doing?
now?
Somebody. Okay.
What happened?
Stuff.
Yeah, somebody decided to call right now.
That's fine. Okay. So basically, Nike put out this ad. And in their ad, Colin Kaepernick is also featured, right? And here's the Colin Kaepernick ad. It's a photo basically saying, believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. Right? So believing in something, even if it means sacrificing everything, just do it. So that's that's part of the campaign, part of this huge Nike anniversary campaign.
Yes.
So that has so many people feeling so many different kinds of ways.
Well, so let me tell you, I have to be honest with you because I was asleep over the couple weekends, and how I find out some information, I be kind of confused. So there was a few people on my feed that were talking about, if you're gonna burn your Nike gear, please holla at your girl. I got some people I can re-gift it to,
right?
That kind of thing. And so then I realized it was like two or three comments of people making fun of folks. And I was like,
you were wondering why people burning it?
Not white people.
Why
are
people?
Black people? Because these were black people on the feed.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, Nike, Kaepernick, they burning stuff. I know black people ain't burning stuff. This is where my thought process, right? Because again, anyway, so I finally go find a story, and I'm like, okay, I see what done happened.
Right.
So now I got to go to the comments to see who's really mad.
Yeah.
Then I go and I'm seeing who's really mad and why they're mad. Because one comment said, you asked me to choose between NFL and my country. I chose my country. And now you're asking me to choose between my Nike gear and my country. And I'm choosing my country. And he had cut up the Nike gear. And I was like, your country?
Wow.
What did I miss? I missed something. There's got to be something else in this story. So I'm steady looking for more, right?
Yeah.
No, but they're angry, and I didn't understand why. So then I went back and I realized that the black people weren't mad. I mean, there might be some black people mad out there. I don't know. But the ones that I knew, because when it happened, there wasn't a post that was not Kaepernick, right? In this situation. Now, this was just a few scattered posts that I seen. So it was like, okay, the community is not angry, I guess. It's somebody else. Because they're not on this right now.
Right.
But I was really tripping about some of those comments. People had cut out the Nike swoosh and shoes,
or their socks,
their say goodbye to the swoosh or the swoosh, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had the backlash of those people saying, "Why would you destroy the stuff that you already paid for and then tag Nike in it, dummy?" That kind of thing.
They're making a statement with their dollars.
Right. And so, but dollars that I've already spent. So I didn't understand why we're so angry at Nike. And I guess people just...
Okay, so we are not angry at
not
Nike, right? So why are some Americans mad at Nike? And basically, it's those same Americans who are mad at Kaepernick. Right? So
but Nike still supplies all of the NFL stuff,
and they'll continue to do so, right?
Contractually,
they will continue to do so
for a long time. They just signed a new contract.
Okay, so this is basically just people exercising their free speech, right? People are exercising their free speech, their right to free speech, to speak out against somebody else's right to free speech, right? By boycotting essentially their closets, right? I am not going to wear this stuff anymore. I'm not going to. So the thing about this is that, you know, people like Adidas and
are like, yeah, come on,
they're all
over.
They're all going to see an uptick in sales a little bit, but in the end, it's also Nike knows who their target audience is, right?
Yes.
Nike knows who's in their Nike stores, who's buying their gear,
right?
And it's basically young people,
who
right?
camps out for 2 days when the Jordans are coming out. They know.
Well, that's the Jordan thing, right? But Nike's empire is so much bigger than just Jordan.
Every athlete that you think about that Nike has under, like, all has one of those. These shoes are coming out, or this is in, you know.
It's really about the youth, right? So when you know that you're targeting youth, and you know that you know how youth feels about issues like this, then you're not really hurting your bottom line by doing this and taking, you know, a lot of people are calling Nike brave.
Oh, nice.
Some people call it Nike brave, but it shouldn't. I don't know that it's brave to stand up for the person that's just standing up for themselves,
right,
or standing up for other people.
It is brave,
not even for themselves.
Because see, folks that say that's brave feel, because one comment said conservatives buy shoes too.
Yeah, that's true.
Right,
that's true.
But so but all conservatives,
and they buy their kids shoes, right? So if the target is youth,
right,
so the youth isn't always going to have that money.
The money, then, you know,
the
someone's got
to
have
to pay.
So
it could be, in that sense, I guess it could be brave of Nike to make a stance like this,
to lose anybody's
dollar,
right? I mean, you would think big companies, especially the company who closed the freaking NFL, everything that you see with a swoosh and everything on the sidelines, their actual game time uniform, and the comfortable, cool little clothes you see on the sidelines are all given by Nike,
right?
So it's like they're on both sides, right? You know, there's
I mean, yes and no, right? There is no other side. I mean, it's not that they're on both sides.
Because the NFL isn't on Kaepernick's side.
They support the sport,
right? Not
the political view,
exactly,
right? Necessarily.
But the NFL, you were saying it's NFL versus Kaepernick, right?
But it's not.
But that's what because he's saying you're taking sides.
It's the people that are against Kaepernick versus Kaepernick. The
NFL, Kaepernick is suing the NFL.
Yes, they're suing the NFL for he's suing the NFL for collusion, thinking that they're all getting together saying
don't hire him.
Don't hire him again, right? But when it comes to he's suing the owners association, or the owners, right? But when it comes to the NFL,
that's still not the NFL.
When it comes to the NFL as a thing,
right?
They haven't honestly done anything that people are expecting them to or not expecting them to do, right? So they haven't made a decision on what to do with the kneeling. They haven't made a decision, and that's actually the current controversy going into the new season, right?
Right. Because
every
the
season
NFL
they seem to have
is the
a
one
thing
that gets the money for this whole anthem and all that other stuff. All of it was a money game in the first place. So that's a client to the NFL. The Army or the Navy, the Air Force, Marines is a client to the NFL. So I agree with you. Like, that's a separate entity from the coaches. That's a separate entity from this. We are the platform.
Right.
It's always great until you add people. So that's the platform. And the NFL is the government's an advertiser. You know, Nike's an advertiser or a partner, and all of this stuff. It's all money exchange. And then here's
something interesting. You just said it, and it sparked it in my head. How come the military's not speaking out if it's such a big deal to kneel? You said it. You told me it was a military veteran that told him the most respectful way to protest if he's going to do it during the national anthem. The most respectful way is just to take a knee, right?
Right.
Okay, so he took a knee. People are saying he's disrespecting the flag.
Right.
No, because that's not what he's doing. And they also say that he's disrespecting our military. The military's not speaking out against kneeling during the national anthem during football. Like, and how many? And this is a military city, right? So my question is, how many veterans out there are personally or professionally offended by this,
or supporting one of the situations, like one side, maybe supporting Kaepernick, and I feel you. I feel you. These are my same questions and issues.
Right.
Is it a true boycott when you literally out there alone boycotting? I mean, you got all the black people on the football team.
Right.
Where y'all at? You know what I'm saying?
Well, some of them took knees right next to him.
Did.
There's a lot of people that took knees.
There was up and downs.
Right.
There was up and downs.
And he's not playing, and the fact that they're still dealing with how do we handle people taking a knee, they know.
Because I seem to notice a lot of people who didn't really do nothing during the national anthem before all this.
Yeah.
Like the running back for the Raiders, like that dude just be sitting on the Gatorade, dude, eating a banana during the national anthem. You know what it is.
So it's offensive. It's offensive. It really. Oh my gosh, it's offensive that this is even a thing.
It's
right?
Just, yeah,
it's offensive that this is a thing. You took an issue. You took a statement that was made as a cry for help, and you turned it into "you suck."
You turned it into a thing,
right? You turned. I'm asking for help as a community. We are crying out for help, right? With some of the situations, because obviously it's not all of the situations. It's probably not even most of the situations, but it is some of the situations where we need federal help, federal intervention, federal stop
killing our men, stop killing innocents, stop
streets,
killing.
Right? And when you ask for that, for them to look at you and then spit in your face, basically, and then turn it into you suck, and into
you are disrespectful,
a campaign against your integrity.
Yeah,
that is
ridiculous,
offensive.
That
is offensive. So that's basically what's happening, right? And that's all part of and one of the things that I want to talk about today, but we're not going to have time. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Is I want to talk about the term gaslighting, because I hear it a lot in media, right? And I think it's a little bit in danger of losing its being normalized, because now people are using the term gaslighting to mean just lying. But that's not what it means, right? And there are different steps to successfully gaslighting a person, or gaslighting a people, or gaslighting a nation, right? And basically, just very, very, very quickly, and again, maybe we can get into this tomorrow. Gaslighting was actually taken from a movie from the 40s. I want to say it was the 44. But there was a movie called Gaslighting, or Gaslight. And basically, gaslighting, taken from that movie, because what happened in that movie is gaslighting. When you make someone feel like they're the ones that are crazy, even though you're the one that's doing crazy things. Or when you make someone feel like they're crazy for thinking you're lying, even though that's all you're doing is lying, right? So if I walk around saying the sky is green, the sky is green, the sky is green, I am going to continue to gaslight you, to run through this process until you think you're crazy if you say the sky is blue,
right?
Or you think, oh my gosh, maybe I am. Maybe something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Maybe something's wrong with me, because this is obviously what's going on.
Yeah, and they know the whole time that they've fibbing.
All they're doing is lying to you to make you either believe it or think you're crazy because you're not believing it.
Right.
That is gaslighting. Not just lying, or not just saying I don't agree with your point of view. That's not gaslighting.
Gotcha.
Gaslighting is so much more
intense.
Yes.
There's so much more focus in there.
Devious. So much more devious and underhanded. It's really about making you think you're crazy if you don't agree with, my ridiculousness.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's gaslighting. But it became popular because news outlets are basically saying that about our current administration. That's what they're doing. Is gaslighting. It's lying and repeating and repeating and repeating to the point where you're just thinking, well, damn, maybe that's normal. Maybe it is normal.
Man, that might just be America.
No, that's the thing. No, it's not.
It's like, dang.
It's not.
But you're right. It does become you feel like it becomes a norm, because I feel like I've heard that story before. Like they just telling you this and I feel like that with every freaking tragedy, because I'm halfway conspiracy theory halfway out. I got 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Okay.
So I'm like, half the time I'd just be like, just because you play it 85 times don't make it true.
Right. Until you get smashed in the head with it so much.
Many times, and then everyone around you is just quoting that line that they heard 85 times.
Which means they may already be gaslighting.
Right. That's what I feel
and
like.
And you're like the holdout, but now you're like, well, maybe I need
Am I crazy? I know I am not crazy, because this makes more sense than this bull crap that you feeded me. Like, that don't even make no sense. Right. But you've said it so many times, and now all of these folks believe you. Now they're looking at me like, Nika, you're just one of those conspiracy theorists, girls, you crazy, whatever. And now it gets into that conversation, are you crazy or whatever. But meanwhile, none of it made sense to anyone at the beginning.
Yeah.
But after they played it 222 times, now y'all cool with it?
You know what? I'm going to do it. Right. No, so I got it.
Now you cool with it? Like, I totally believe that.
I'm gonna tell you guys what the steps are to gaslighting. It's not that many steps. It's just you have to be, if you want to gaslight someone, basically, usually people do this in relationships, and that's what the movie was about, right? So a guy was gaslighting his wife into thinking a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually got Gaslight, and I want to watch it. Although I've heard from people that are much smarter than I am that it's a hard movie to keep track of when you're watching it. And it's
but you're a movie. You're like a movie guy.
Yeah, but
you should be able to
that doesn't mean I can't be confused by a movie, right? All right. So here are the 7 steps to successfully gaslight someone in a relationship, right? So number 1 is lie, but not only lie, exaggerate, right? You need to not only lie, but you need to exaggerate. Right? The gaslighter creates a negative narrative about the gaslightee. Like there's something wrong and inadequate about you or something like that, based on generalized false presumptions and accusations rather than objective, independently verifiable facts, thereby putting the gaslightee on the defense. So for instance, my wife is a pathetic loser and she needs to know the truth, right? Like, so some kind of lie like that. Right. It's massive. It's like, what?
Right.
But
pathetic loser.
But it's objective, right? So it's not, you can't verify that you're I can't go and verify that I'm a loser. Right, it's not like I say my wife's, blonde hair is distracting. Right. Well, I can't verify that. I can verify by looking in the mirror that I have blonde hair. But calling somebody a loser, that's objective, right? So but it's also huge and exaggerated.
Right.
And the lie, right? So all those things together. The work your department does is a waste of time and resources. How can you verify? Like, that's not a quickly verifiable fact, right? It's just a generalization. I hate it when you put groceries on the checkout counter that way. I told you before, I hate it. What way? What way? What is, how can I verifiably, right?
So these are all like,
hate it. Not regular, like I don't really like that. No, but it has to be exaggerated. I hate
this. So this is all like gaslighting
examples. This is step 1 of gaslighting. Create this big, big exaggerated lie. Right. Okay. That's step 1. Step 2, repetition. Say it over and over and over again, like psychological warfare. The falsehoods are repeated, or the lies are repeated constantly in order to stay on the offensive. Control the conversation, dominate the relationship. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. I hate the way you don't like nuts on your food. I hate the way
you ain't gonna make me feel bad for not eating nuts in my food.
I know. I was just saying.
But if you said it 82 more times,
82 more times, right? Well, maybe I should have a macadamia.
Do I like nuts on my food? I don't know anymore.
Sliced cashews in my chicken, maybe. I don't know. Cashew crusted chicken.
You gonna see me the next day just pumping peanuts. I think I like it.
Nigga, don't put peanuts in the donut. But I think it was good. I don't know. Anyway, all right. So step number 3, escalate it when you're challenged. Right? So if you get challenged on your bull, then you got to escalate the game. escalated. When called on their lies, the gaslighter escalates the dispute by doubling and tripling down on the attacks. Right? So refuting substantive evidence with denial. No, that's not it.
I feel like I've been in this situation one too many times.
Yeah. Blame and more false claims, misdirecting it, sowing doubt and confusion, right? So you like, no, wait a minute. And you start standing up for yourself, they're going to keep hitting you, not only hitting you, but hitting you more, hitting you harder, hitting you faster, and making sure that anything you say to them, deflected, denial. Nope, that's not how it is. Nope, that's not what I said. Nope, I didn't even say that. I don't know why you would think I would say that. I wouldn't say that. I didn't even say that.
Right, but you
deflecting and denying.
Right.
You don't know. See, you don't even know. Why? Because your blonde hair is leaking into your brain. Just escalating it, right? Number 4, wear the victim out.
I'm already worn out. I'm tired.
See?
I don't want to argue no more.
I don't want to argue anymore.
Fine, I did it.
You're one.
I'm the one.
By staying on the offensive, the gaslighter eventually wears down their victim, who becomes discouraged, resigned, pessimistic, fearful, debilitated, and self-doubting. The victim begins to question his or her own perception, identity, and reality. Dang. So you basically just wearing them down until they I don't even want to fight with you no more, man. Look, I'll just,
This is some abusive relationships.
Yes, but this is gaslighting, right? Gaslighting is part of an abusive relationship. There's 3 left. Number 5.
Oh my God.
Form.
This how they win, guys.
Yeah, this is it.
I'm so tired.
Number 5. Form codependent relationships. Okay? The Oxford Dictionary defines codependency as excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner. In a gaslighting relationship, the gaslighter elicits constant insecurity and anxiety in the gaslightee, thereby pulling the gaslightee by the strings, right? So the gaslighter has the power to grant acceptance, approval, respect, safety, and security. The gaslighter also has the power and often threatens to take them away. So a codependent relationship is formed based on fear, vulnerability, and marginalization. So now that I'm constantly hitting you, and now when you're resolved, like, I don't even want to fight no more, you got to make sure that the only respite that person gets is with you. Right? I'm the one that can take care of you. I'm the one that's going to make
Ain't nobody
this better.
gonna love you like I love you, girl.
There you go. Those people can't do it like I can do it. These people, you know what? Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, but I bet you that I can do it better. Or this has happened, but people are saying that this is going to happen and even better.
Yeah.
Right? No one can take care of you like I can. I can make our relationship strong. I can take you on that vacation. I can make America great again. Okay. 6, give false hope. Because it can't be real hope because you're gaslighting them, right? You need to keep the control. Give them false hope. As a manipulative tactic, the gaslighter will occasionally treat the victim with mildness, moderation, even superficial kindness or remorse to give the gaslightee false hope. So, after a fight, then I'm going to hold you a little bit and I'm going to let you snuggle with me while we watch TV or...
It ain't going to be like this, girl.
Yeah. I'm going to, yeah, exactly. In these circumstances, the victim might think, well, maybe he's not that bad. Maybe things are going to get better.
He just had a bad day.
Maybe let's just give it a chance. Right? Beware, though. The temporary mildness is often a calculated maneuver intended to instill complacency and have the victim's guard down before the next act of gaslighting begins. Right?
Absolutely.
So with this tactic, the gaslighter also further reinforces the codependent relationship. Right. So it's like, unfortunately, when it comes to battered spouse,
once you feel like everything's okay again, I'm on you. Why you didn't do that? You didn't pick that up right. I hate it.
Right. I hate it when you put the groceries
on,
and then you're feeling vulnerable. Yeah. And then I'm gonna give you a hug to calm you down.
You just went roller coaster, and then
right exactly. And then obviously with number 7, it's dominate and control. At its extreme, the ultimate objective of a pathological gaslighter is to control, dominate, and take advantage of another individual or group, or even an entire society. Right? By maintaining and intensifying an incessant stream of lies and coercions, the gaslighter keeps the gaslightees in a constant state of insecurity, doubt, and fear. The gaslighter can then exploit their victims at will for the augmentation of their power and personal gain. Boom. Those are the 7 steps to gaslighting.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot.
So that's a lot more than just lying to you,
right?
Or just saying.
That's a lot. But it's crazy. I'm glad you read those because I've experienced it.
You've experienced
many times.
Okay.
Gaslighters.
Yeah.
I can now name
Some
them.
people don't even know that that's what they're doing.
I can now name them.
Okay. All right.
And I can stop myself if I'm ever doing anything like that. It's always good to have this kind of information. Man.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because it certainly is about in a very negative and just in a very negative way, just asserting power and dominance over people. Like, why? I can see its uses, I guess, but you still have to have you have to be a different kind of person or some kind of person to want to do that to people.
Yeah.
Like, why? So in this kind of situation,
well, and the crazy thing is a certain type of person, but again, we always talk about that power and money, right?
Right.
And how great it feels to be in those positions, so they say, and what you'll do to keep those positions. And I've often heard people just in regular conversation, well, just tell them whatever, or just tell them whatever tell them whatever makes it work.
They'll believe it.
Right? Whatever gets them to get over there. So I can see it. I can see it where you would see a person doing it, not thinking, it's not like they're a bad person, but they're a manipulative person.
Right.
Right. It's the manipulative person who is doing whatever to get their stuff done. That's what you got to look for. It's not necessarily the bad person, the bad guy, or the dumb guy, or whatever. It's who's always manipulating the situation to get where they're trying to be at.
Right. So, and this term of gaslighting has been used a lot in news coverage and to describe our current politics, and that's basically why. Do you see?
Oh yeah.
Any of that stuff happening when you watch the news?
Absolutely.
Yep. And that's basically why. Now, on the flip side of it, people will say that's not really happening. That's the slant that the news is giving it to make it seem as though he's actually gaslighting or to prop up their narratives.
Right.
This is the news just slanting it to prop up their narratives.
Giving us another different narrative, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, if you just watch,
but here's the thing,
the words that come out of certain people's mouths.
Yeah. And I've never seen
slant that.
I've never seen another time. I mean, everybody's always had a side that didn't like him, right? So Bush had people didn't like him, and Barack had people didn't like him, and Clinton had people. But I've never seen a time where, with the narrative out, I don't know. I've never seen a time like this.
No, there hasn't been.
Because you know what I'm saying? Like, the people, when white men is like, look, man, we're going too far.
Yeah. Can you back it up, please? No, I ain't backing nothing up.
When white women is like, sister,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I... You know that this is a different time. Like, the white people is literally like, oh my gosh, what is happening? We didn't used to say this stuff out loud.
Right.
Shh.
Right.
That's how I feel. Like, even the white people is like, oh my God. People that voted for him were like,
and they're comfortable doing it. They're comfortable saying it out loud right now. Like saying, what is happening? What are we doing? They're comfortable in doing that. Right. I had lunch with a young lady last week who she grew up in El Paso, right? But very alabaster, right? This woman is very white descent, right? But she grew up in El Paso. Her family was white, and she's white, and her whole lineage is white. But for her, it was very normal to be around a lot of, minority individuals every day, all the time, right? Married one, had some kids, beautiful. Moved as an adult to San Antonio. And she told me this is the first time in my life that I have actually seen white privilege. Not because not because I'm seeing it, but because I'm experiencing
it's happening.
It's happening to me.
And so this is
and
the next
I don't
thing.
know how to take it. She's like, this is ridiculous. What are you doing? They don't know where she's from or what she's done.
Look, Popovich, he says it all the time. Popovich says it all the time. He'd be like, yeah, because I got white privilege.
Right.
Which is why I can stand here right now and you right in my face, not moving, because you want to know what I got to say.
Right.
I mean, he admits. So again, we're at an age where white people are even saying, well, damn, we're privileged.
This might be too much.
Well, I'll be. I didn't know all I had to do was be white.
She over here knee slapping. Okay. But no, yeah. Like, it's taking everyone aback.
Let me be Zay for a second. Let's not make this more racist than it really is.
Then it already kind of just let it just lie the way it lies.
Let it just be its own racist nigga. Don't add nothing to it.
We don't need to add more to it.
I'm working on my comedy schemes.
Yeah.
But for real, it's the craziest thing ever. I've never seen such.
But this is why, right? Yeah. So people who know, maybe even people who do it, are looking at it saying,
maybe.
Why are you gaslighting the country right now? Right? What are you doing? Yeah. Like, this is something that we do on small scales here to tweak the general direction of a thing. Right. But we're not going to do it to the whole thing, because then what?
Right.
Then what? What's left? Chaos. That's what it feels like. Feels like chaos now.
It does.
Except for the people who have something to gain by it. But this is, I don't know. Anyway.
No, okay. He said, look, now you're going to get in the Nika conversation. He's going to be like, Nika?
No, because it's just, yes. Hold me. Hold me. So then part of that right now, look at this.
Ooh, what's
breaking
happening?
news.
Is this happening right now?
It's happening right now.
Who is that?
Hold on. There is right now.
Somebody was getting thrown out the court.
Right. So right now is the Kavanaugh Supreme Court confirmation hearing, and apparently somebody stood up during the confirmation hearing, and apparently two somebodies. There you go. There's another one. We have to. People are protesting. And now we got number three.
And a threesome.
White.
For somebody. Are they calling out?
Wait a minute. I want to see if they treat him a little harsher.
Because he looked like he was about to fight, though. Yeah, because he was the black man.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Here's another one. What are they saying?
Are they standing up one at a time?
They are. You done? Is this row done? No, maybe not. Look at that. And all the just ignore all that.
What's happening right now? What's that about?
Okay, so here's come on. Really? The little white lady.
Okay, the little white
older.
And here she go.
Okay, let's be quiet for a second and see if we can hear what they're actually saying. Maybe they're not going to let us.
Independent are a very important opportunity to discuss the appropriate role of judges. As I see it, and I expect many of you.
Oh, Lord, they done wheelchaired her ass out. Oh, Lord, child.
They're just like,
that is,
right out the back.
We done had a small white woman, a large white woman, a white man, a Hispanic, was there a Hispanic person in there? No. A black person in there, and a handicapped individual.
Look at this.
Look at
All right,
this.
so I'll tell you what's happening. So right now, this gentleman right here, Brett M. Kavanaugh, he is the president's.
I'm sorry, they had clipped her wheels. Y'all see?
Yeah. They're like, come on with us, lady.
Take these brakes off.
Right. Brett Kavanaugh, this is his confirmation hearing. He is the current Supreme Court nominee from President Trump to replace Justice Kennedy, who passed away a few months back. So this is, and basically,
So those was people giving their
opinions.
Oh,
here's another one.
They is going like flies, ain't they?
Well, there are people protesting because this guy is apparently incredibly polarizing, an incredibly polarizing figure.
Okay.
And very, very conservative. So and young. So basically, they're saying that
he would be there forever.
Be there for decades. He would change the court for decades to come.
Oh yeah, we can't have him.
Well,
Objection.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. If you feel that way, he's gonna get nominated. He's gonna get confirmed.
He's gonna get in there.
There aren't enough votes in Democratic votes to keep him out. And Republicans are like, yeah, we want more conservatives on the bench. We want this country to be as conservative as possible moving forward. So the concern with having such a let me come out of this. The concern with having such a conservative bench is the fear that they could overturn things like Roe v. Wade. That they could go back and somebody could just somebody could take a case to the Supreme Court and all that stuff could be overturned, like gay marriage. A lot of the liberal kind of wins over the past century.
Right. He could turn back.
Well, not him by himself, but if it's heard again in front of the Supreme Court. And it has to be voted on by 9 judges, and it only has to be 5-4 to be the law of the land. And right now, it's already a conservative court, where right now, it's who's left. From the ones that are left, the one that passed away was considered a swing voter, even though he was also conservative. But they're replaced. This guy is not promising to be a swing anything. He's going to be straight up conservative. Is the idea. So in that situation, it's hard to it's hard to see how this guy's not going to get confirmed.
Right.
Basically.
Right. That's so crazy.
There you have it. So right now, as we are on the air, there is his confirmation hearing is happening.
It's going on now.
And there it is. People protesting and getting kicked out while they're just going about their business and confirming this guy.
We just have to get through all the 25 crazies that are going to stand up, and then we'll vote you in.
And then we'll vote you in. You just sit tight. Just sit tight. Now, is there an off chance possibility that this guy won't get confirmed? Probably not.
Look, I'm waiting.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure it out because there was an actual. I was watching this morning. There was a document dump yesterday by Bush administration attorneys, I guess, who gave Congress all the all the documents they had on this guy. But it was last night, and it was something like 46,000 pages. Like nobody's gonna. And then 2 hours later, Republicans came out and said, "Yep, I guess we're good." I was like, "Really? You guys?"
Y'all read 46,000 pages in 2 hours.
Right. So, they were like, "Yeah, I guess we're fine." What do you mean you guess we're fine? They know what they want. They're just going to get what they want. But again, this has little to do with what the people want, right? We'll see. We'll see what kind of justice he ends up being. You also notice, and I noticed it watching the Ruth Bader Ginsburg documentary I told you about last week.
I saw the previews to
that. Did
you
see it?
I was like, hey!
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
I know who you are.
Right. and during her time at the Supreme Court, she went from being center left to being just about far left on the court. Like people end up just it seems as though judges on the court end up finding their position on the court, like their groove, like who's really going to be on the far right, who's really going to be on the far left, who's going to be in the middle, and you tend to kind of find your spot.
Right.
And over time, Ruth Bader Ginsburg ended up going from being center left to, they call her now the great dissenter, right? Because whenever something comes up, the people that voted against a thing, if they lose, then they have to write what's called a dissenting opinion. And basically why I feel as a Supreme Court judge that the Supreme Court messed up on this decision, why we shouldn't have voted this way. This is why I voted no. Or I voted yes, or whatever it might be. And today she's considered the great dissenter. And she writes these dissenting opinions that are like, people want to put them in books and publish them. It's so amazing. Yeah, you should really learn more about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Her work with women's rights is next level.
That's awesome.
She a lot of all the wonderful things that we don't have to deal with anymore as women in this world. She did it. She helped make all that stuff a reality. So anyway, there you go. New Supreme Court guy right there. Okay, I know it's almost time to go, but I did want to talk about the Elvin situation. Have you heard about the Elvin situation?
No.
So apparently, over the weekend, do you guys remember Elvin from The Cosby Show?
Okay, look, I've been looking at that picture thinking that
This
dude
is
looks
Elvin from The
familiar,
Cosby
but I
Show.
cannot pin.
That's Elvin from The Cosby Show. Remember Elvin?
I mean, yes.
Right. Okay. So
But not like
apparently,
that.
okay. So over the weekend, his picture was taken at a Trader Joe's in New Jersey. Now, think about that. His being at Trader Joe's wasn't that he was shopping there at the moment. He was working at Trader Joe's. Right? He was a cashier at a supermarket. Elvin from The Cosby Show.
I know. I'm putting it all in.
Okay. So,
But nobody recognized his ass.
yes, they did. And they took a picture of him and they put it online. And people started to shame him a little bit, including some news organizations. Can you believe what Elvin is doing now? Kind of thing, right? And this gentleman, TJ Holmes, this is the picture. We'll show you the picture. Here he is, and sporting his Trader Joe's name tag. Former Cosby Show actor Jeffrey Owens about to speak on Good Morning America after being shamed online for working at a grocery store. So he was shamed. But what ended up happening was the acting community was like, and started tweeting their own stories of holding down normal jobs while they act, or before they acted, or after they acted, right?
Nice.
And showing support for this guy.
Nice.
People say, I think Terry Crews even said, after the NFL, I was sweeping floors and would happily go back to it if I had to. Are you kidding me right now?
Kidding me right now. I'm like. Go ahead.
And so anyway, so a lot of he got a lot of support from people in Hollywood because he would. And the word is now, unfortunately, one of the last things I read was that he actually quit his job at Trader Joe's, which is ridiculous.
So then he don't have no money.
The support was amazing, right? So I'm looking for some of the.
I mean, he quit his job at Trailer. He just transferred to a different one.
Well, the thing is that he's done a lot of stuff, and he's also still acted over the past few years, right? Being on different shows, guest spots, and doing things.
But I mean, he was famous when he was a child.
No,
Come on
Elvin,
now.
Elvin was, he was married to the oldest daughter after college. Yeah, Elvin. He was married to not Denise.
Another one, right?
Yeah.
He was the doctor, kind of nervous.
Right,
nerdy dude.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So he told Good Morning America. I'm sorry. First day, new mouth. He told Good Morning America hosts that he hasn't had an acting job that lasted more than 10 weeks ever since leaving The Cosby Show. However, he has taught acting at Yale and worked other jobs related to entertainment. Those positions didn't pay enough to make ends meet, he said. He also said that he said he worked at the Trader Joe's store for 15 months before photos of him working as a cashier appeared in the Daily Mail and Fox News.
Yeah,
Right?
that's messed up. So
So he said that people had recognized him in the past and said that it was never an issue. People recognized me every day, and they were really, really cool about it. He also added that he wants people to realize that every job is valuable and worthwhile. No one should feel sorry for me, he said. I've had a great life and a great career. And moments after the interview, Tyler Perry tweeted, I'm about to start shooting OWN's #1 drama next week. Come join us.
Boom! Now I got a job.
Boom! Now he got a job. So there you have it. You can watch his full interview with Good Morning America on probably ABC.com or something like that. So
I love it.
Look at that. So Elvin, all of this, and now
but
gonna get back to work.
Here's my thing. God is good, right? All things happen in crazy ways. He uses other people to make miracles happen. And, you know, he definitely, when they say you get lemons and you make it into lemonade and things like that, it's stuff like that you know God is all over it. Yeah, someone came in. Yeah, you got online and they tried to shame you. But now you finna get a paycheck that's got a comma in it.
Right.
You never know. Might get you back to 2 commas. You never know. But, you know, hey, when God works, he works. When God works, he works.
There he is on Good Morning America this morning talking about it. And great smile.
And he has his name tag on.
Does he? I didn't notice. He has a name tag on?
Yes.
Show me. Boom! There it is.
Yeah.
Jeffrey. Trader Joe's Jeffrey crew member. I love it. I love it. Judd Apatow. Look at that. He was incredible on At Divorce. It's streaming right now. Watch him. Which means that he'll get a check every time people watch that.
That sure will.
You know?
Sure will. Sometimes, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he broke out in tears in that.
What, when Tyler Perry hit him?
Well, just, you know, in the interview, because it is life. Life is life for everybody.
Right.
Nobody skips life.
You're right.
Ups and downs and round. Nobody skips that. So, awesomeness. Right. I love it.
There you go. So
I'm going to tell you one thing, though.
In the end, that becomes a nice, good, feel-good piece.
It is. And it's 10:03, and I feel like I'm about to throw up. I don't know. I got my fever.
Well? Okay.
My fever hit. The allergies have been going crazy, and all of a sudden it just stomach, my head, my back. That's what I've been rubbing because I'm like trying to.
Okay.
Keep
so
it
let's
right.
go. So
trying
we
to
can
keep
go.
It right. Yeah. I'm gonna go straight to the bathroom.
Me too.
All right, my friends. Dear Lord, thank you so very much for waking us up for another day and keeping us, just keeping us uplifted through the good times and the bad. Just put us where we need to be this week in front of the great people that we need to be this week. Put us the strength to uplift the folks that we need to uplift this week, and have the strength to push through anything that comes in front of us, knowing that all things are possible through you. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's what happens when you gotta go.
All right, world, we love you. We mean it. We're gonna see you guys mañana. Hasta la próxima. Keep it sexy, keep it clean, and keep it classy. Kissy face. We're out of here.
We love you.